5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and action. Today is winter solstice. Here's some information right there. Please like and subscribe. Winter solstice is going to be December 21st, 25, and then let's begin our journey with the weather app. Here's the UV index graph. Let's begin with mommy's work. You can pause the video if you want to look at any UV index. Mommy's work though. Let's pause now let's begin. Let's look at the sunrise and sunset graph. Now look at this one. Seen sunrise and sunset graph. Please like and subscribe to this YouTube channel. Now let's begin and let's look at the UV index graph. Here's some of these UV index. Welcome to winter solstice. Today is the solar day, and I was going to tell you facts about the winter solstice. Winter solstice is when the Earth reaches the maximum tilt away from the sun, 23.5 degrees away from the sun. Now let's look at some of these locations right here. UV index. Sunrise and sunset tonight. So sunrise today went up the sky at 7:54 in the morning. Sunset at 5:18 p.m. Total daylight 9 hours and 23 minutes of total daylight, which is last day. Now here is on the latitude now. I'll have to go Fairfield, which is next home location. Here, that's seen sunrise and sunset right here, and that's now we need to turn that down and expose it's better. Now there's the sunrise and sunset right there. Now we're moving on to the next location, and then we go a couple more to Orlando, Florida, and see that UV index graph. Now sunrise and sunset graph. There you go. Let's go to this city. Here's the UV index. UV index, 2 minutes and a quarter. And here is the sunrise and sunset graph for that. Sunrise and sunset graph right there. And now let's come back to the winter solstice. It tilts the maximum. So this is a location opposite hemisphere. This location's experience solar solstice. Experience long daylight hours. The fun fact, because this is the southern hemisphere, which experience longer days in this time here, as northern hemisphere has short days and naked opposite weather, opposite temperature, opposite climate. That's for the season. Now let's look at some other locations. Like here's Orlando's UV index. Well, there's so much positive look at that. Next location, the city in South America. So here's here, sunrise and sunset graph. Now next city, this one's also North South Dakota. This one experienced long days. See this? Look, my gosh, look at that UV index. UV index at 12. 12's there. Next city, Paris. They're in the northern hemisphere, so they have a lot short days compared we do. They had only 8 hours and 4 daylights, where you experience 9 hours and 2. A lot shorter daylights, earlier sunset, later sunrise comparison. Also, the UV index compared to hours, the UV index for today is a 2. Look at those France UV index. Look at that UV index. Only a small 1 compared to a blocky to our location. Next location, this location, way up in the north, even shorter days compared to us. Now, next location, UV index of 1, here UV index of 2. Some of these days has small UV index of 1, like here.
That's mommy's jacket. That's mommy's jacket.
Did I put my jacket in? No, that's not my jacket. That's Christian's. No, I didn't bring my jacket in.
This is city starts with H. The sunrise and sunset that kind of looks like, and look how strange this sunrise and sunset graph. Check that out. Look how strange extremes with the sunrise and sunset graph. UV index. You can pause to look at those. Pause the video to look at here. UV index 2. This is called winter solstice. Back Fairbanks, Alaska. Experienced the shortest day, only 3 hours and 42 minutes of total daylight. Their UV index, not a 1, a 0. Nothing compared to Fairfield's UV index. Sunrise and sunset graph. Now, UV index, sunrise and sunset graph, the possible look, and total daylight in this location, 8 hours and 30 minutes of daylight. The shortest day ever, the winter solstice. Day bearer, Alexa has no daylight at all. UV index is 0. Yeah, that's like it's UV index is 0. This one only has a small 1, like Paris, France. This one has a now this one is 0. This one has low again. Go back out. There we go. This one has no daylight at all. 0 hours a day, like in this location. UV index 0. Now look at this city. This city's in this is an example of a crazy city in the winter solstice. There's the sunrise and sunset graph. Look at that neat sunrise and sunset graph. Now, Dubai. Here's the UV index. A UV index of 5. Here's the sunrise and sunset. Total daylight 10 hours 34 minutes. Now this city's in China. Let's take a look at the UV index. Sunrise and sunset graph. Next city, Shenzhen, China. Here's UV indexes. Some of these have 1s. That means it's probably a little bit more higher in the northern hemisphere, deeper in the north. So let's take a look at that sunrise and sunset. Look how neat that sunrise and sunset. 9 hours and 25 minutes a day, like. Just seeing that daylight. Fairfield. UV index, just 0s.
I was told he had to go through 24 hours worth of gun safety training.
Now, sunrise and sunset graph. That's a shorter day. Now, back to next city. This city. Here's the UV index. Now this location sun is tilted away. It's only 3 degrees, 23.5 degrees tilt away sun right now, so the days are really short. Now for that location. Now next location is New York City. New York is also located in Washington, so it's experienced the winter solstice. Some of these UV index 1s. Here's the sunrise and sunset graph. It's a pretty short looking day. 9 hours and 15 minutes of daylight. Miami. UV index. UV index of 4s, and some of these index of 5, like that one. Here's the sunrise sunset graph. 10 hours and 32 minutes of daylight. I'll have to check it out. There's another of these cities I had. So this one's the same city. Couple with the same UV index. Oh, I got look at that. And UV index of 12. That's extreme. That's no harm. There's the sunset. Very long days. 14 hours and 55 minutes of daylight. Now, in Fairfield, California, you might see a UV index of 1. Let's go to UV index. UV index. Look at these UV index right there. Look at this. UV index of 1. On these days. Here's the sun. It's only 9 hours and 30 minutes of daylight, or 9.5 hours total daylight in this location. Now, next city, this last city we'll look at this video is this city. It's still located in the Longhand here. That means it's 23 degrees, 23 or 24 degrees tilted from the sun, from the earth. Here's the sunrise sunset time, 11 hours and 3 minutes, 11 hours and 3 daylight by looking at it right there, 11 hours and 3 minutes daylight. Pause and take a look. Now I can scroll back. Let's take a little bit of time to scroll back now. Let's go back. Let's go back. Pucon, Chile, here's the letter, UV index, sunrise and sunset time, 14 hours and 56 minutes of total daylight. You know, the winter solstice is when the Earth reaches the maximum tilt away from the sun or towards the sun. 6 months from now, we'll probably call it the same way, but the summer solstice.
Let's see what temperature it is. Because it's right off, there's a town or a city in Atlanta also called Columbus.
No.
It's right off Columbus.
Orlando, Florida. Scene sunrise and sunset graph. UV index. Pucon, Chile, with its tall sunrise and sunset graph. UV index. Pause to take a look at pause the video and take a look at any UV index and UV index at 13 right, 12 right there, and then here's the sunrise and sunset graph time. Sunrise and sunset right there. That's the UV sunrise and sunset graph. Now let's move to next. Don't need to do that here. Let's go to the city with some of these extreme sunrise and sunset graph about this city. This is a very weird looking sunrise and sunset graph right there. There's the UV index. This one looks like it's almost a 1, but still with UV index at 2. This city right there. Look how strange that sunrise and sunset graph is. And look at that UV index. Now, we'll probably be deep down with this soon. We're talking about the winter solstice, which is the shortest day of the year, and here's the current weather, current location right now. Here's the location. Let's tap these two, sunrise and sunset graph, sunrise and sunset graph. See, it kind of a little interesting. Here it is, 2 sunrises and sunset graph, like twin sunrise graph right here. Now we're gonna go back out here, and please like and subscribe this YouTube video. We make this video perfect time of the year. Enjoy the winter solstice and have a great Christmas, everyone. Please like and subscribe this YouTube video. Also, please comment down below what our next game will be. please like and subscribe and comment down on YouTube channel. Please like and subscribe. We're gonna stop going. 5, 4, 3, 2.